Hello, and welcome to another episode of Becoming Enchanted with the Rustic Spirit. I'm your host, Stacey Lee.
I'm Gary Lee.
We are so happy to have you here with us. I'm super excited to have our guest on tonight. I have met him in passing in many places, and it just has this wonderful energy. And I'm so excited to get to know him more and talk to him about some of the things that he has done. So before we do that, we have some housekeeping to do. And wait, let's see who's in the comments with us. And it is Russ. Hi, Russ. Nice to see you. I just watched you last night. And Russ is actually going to be our guest on our normal night is Thursday. This is our special night. Russ says, I knew Daryl before he was famous. So this is a special night. We don't normally come live. We're actually very early. It's a 7 p.m. So we'll see, but you can always view this later for those of you that are downloading on Spotify or Apple Music. Welcome. And I'm glad you're joining the show with us in that respect. So I don't see anybody else in the comments. So let me bring up our slides. So we are Becoming Enchanted with the Rustic Spirit. We are live on Thursdays at 8:30, but we do some special episodes here and there on Tuesday evenings. I've had a couple in the past couple of weeks. We like to have certain guests, and I have a certain mind frame. I'm a Virgo, and I want somebody on my show. So I will adjust if need be. But normally we are Thursday nights at 8:30. We are introducing our candles. These called Spirit Flames by the Rustic Spirit. We have intention candles, 100% soy-based. They are all made for the intention that is on the label. We have self-love, divine healer, protection, and by the light of the moon right now. And we are also going to have a money abundance candle coming out very soon. And then I just want to give a little shout out to, in 2 weeks, the Spring Awake Fair by the Tattoo Medium, celebrating life in the afterlife. That is in Martinsburg, West Virginia. I will be there as a vendor, but there's so many great vendors going to be there. So many great healers. It is a great time to just gather and heal. And that is the March 29th. So this is one of our sponsors, Snarly Gal. His historical cryptid, West Virginia. You can check him out at thesnarlygal.com. He has a lot of events coming up, and I think I messed up my slides. He has a lot of events coming up, and I think he's actually after I put my slides wrong. Figures. So he has some events coming up in like the Hagerstown area and some Virginia area. This is a little shout out to the John Sound Masonic Lodge Cryptid and Supernatural Expo. They're looking for vendors. The time is 10 to 6 on September 26th, 27th, and 28th. They are at WPAcase.com. So please go check them out if you're looking. It's a great little spot to be a vendor at. I was there last year. I will be a speaker there this year. There is going to be lots of great speakers, but it is just a great little place to be a speaker at.
You can read that?
I already read it. I know. I have it in my brain. I can't read that. I can't read that.
I got to get a little closer.
So, I know. You got to get a little closer. How to apply. But you can also email them at wpacase@gmail.com. So this is where that slide got mixed in. This is Snarly Gal. This is our sponsor. He has 3 events coming up. It's Cryptids and Curiosities at Thick and Thin Brewery, Rats and Reapers at Thick and Thin Brewery in October or in August, and then we have halfway to Halloween. Go check them out at snarlygal.com. And September 6th and 7th is the Maine Paranormal Horror Con. He is one of our sponsors. That is turning out to be a really cool event. Please go check them out. They are looking, the vendor spots are booked and there's a wait list, but there are tickets available. And you have your general admission, your weekend pass, a VIP ticket, but your VIP ticket with dinner party. This is a dinner party, DJ, corrals with the celebrities, bump elbows. There is going to be some great celebrities there, some great horror celebrities, actually, that I'm very excited to see. Jason Voorhees is going to be there. And then Patty Negri is doing a mediumship gallery. And you can buy all those tickets at mainparahorror.com. So please go check them out. And let's just real quick shout out in the comments. I see Debbie is here. Hi, Debbie. It's good to see you. And Brandon, what is it, y'all? Hi, Brandon. And let's see. So our other sponsor is the Doss House. It's a cozy place to investigate in the winter. It has heat. I know I have investigated in places and a bathroom. I have investigated places in the winter and froze my butt off. So this place has heat. It is a small venue, 6 to 8, I would say. Even 8 is pushing it. I believe the St. Patty's Day special is still going on. It's 1 to 6 guests for 12 hours. And it's at a $75 off rate. So it's $175 for 12 hours. So pick that up if you have a team out there that is looking for that. They are doing a festival called Creep It Real, June 21st. They are looking for vendors. I believe they're almost full, but you can email them for an application at the dosshouse278@gmail.com. This is also going to be a great event. It's a small town event. It's a smaller event. It is a festival, not a Paracon. And there's going to be investigations. There's going to be gallery readings. It just keeps building as we go along.
Down the road.
And then, the town itself is like an amazing little town. It's a Catholic town. St. Michael's Basilica is there. It was the first Catholic settlement west of the Alleghenies. Oh, that's not tonight's guest. Sorry. I put the wrong slides up, like I said. But this is how things work when you're on a night that's not your normal night. So tonight we have Daryl Marston from... and I want to say, he's from Ghost Hunters. Everybody's watched Ghost Hunters on A&E, or used to be the Travel Channel or whatever it is now. They keep changing where it's at. But there's so much more to this man than just him being on Ghost Hunters. And that is why I wanted to bring him on, because there's a lot of great things that he has done. A lot of great things he's in the process of doing. And he's so much more than just Ghost Hunters, but we can talk about that as well. So without further ado, we're going to bring Daryl on.
Hey, guys.
Hello.
Thanks for the intro.
Oh, you're welcome. And that's what I wanted to say is because I'm sure you get it all the time. You were known. You're the Ghost Hunters guy, You were on Ghost Hunters, obviously. That was your start. That's what got you, I don't want to use the word famous because I hate that word, but that's what got you this publicity. Yeah. But there is so much underneath of that. And Debbie says, hi, Daryl.
Hey,
Debbie and I are friends. She knows amazing. You. I literally, we went last Monday and had dinner at Buffalo Wild Wings. And it was Monday, wasn't it? Or Friday. I forget what day it was. We went and had Friday. Friday. It was supposed to be Monday, but it ended up Friday. And right. I literally was saying, I'm so nervous. She's like, oh, he's going to be fine. He's a great guy. He's very laid back. And I'm like, I get nervous every time I have somebody on my show that I don't know personally, So
she's here when not on camera. Breathing, trying to calm, it's okay.
Absolutely. So give us a little intro. I mean, besides what I just said, it's hard to say. Most people know who is Daryl Marston, but who are you?
Well, I can start from the beginning. I've been doing this for going on 20 years. I started, by complete accident in the paranormal, and that's in my book, The Horrors of the House of Wills, how I kind of got started. I witnessed an apparition on a ghost tour at Fort Delaware, and it got me started in the business, and I just kept going, and it led me to where I'm at. Then I got into podcasting. I was really heavy into podcasting for about 5 years. I had a show called The American Ghost Hunter Show that it started out slow for the first year or so, and then it caught traction and it really blew up. And God, that was 6-7 years ago now that I left there when I went to Ghost Hunters. And that's where Ghost Hunters actually found me, was on my podcast. The producers of Ghost Hunters and hired me. And it led me to, doing Ghost Hunters for a few seasons. And then that went away during COVID, and wrote my book, had some time, sat down, wrote my book, The Horrors of the House of Wills. It came out about 2 years ago. And then that led me to when I was in the UK. I was on a book tour over in England. I met some really good guys over there that were filming an independent show called My Haunted Hotel, and we really hit it off. I did an episode with them while I was over there. I had some time, and so when we got back to the States, I brought it back here with me, and we went into business together. And that's where we're at now. We've been filming for a year and a half. My Haunted Manor, USA, and it's been very exciting. It's such a great time because it's the way we film it. Got two great guys with me, Jeff and Trey Bader, the Bader brothers, and they're just amazing guys. I can't say enough great things about them. Jeff's an amazing DP, and Trey's amazing with another. He's part of with production. He's a producer and on the show as well, and I couldn't do it without them, or the guys over in UK, Danny Moss and those guys. So that's where we're at now. We've been filming, like I said, almost about a year and a half. It's a really cool concept because it's the only show out there where the public can actually come out and be a part of the show. They can come, because we have cameras set up 24/7 in this location, which is the Samuel Miller Mansion in Columbia, Pennsylvania, My Haunted Manor, USA. And that's we have 16 cameras that run 24/7. And we're there too, filming all the time. We're filming the show. We're building the episodes around the experiences of not just us, but the clientele who comes in there and are part of either the big main events we do every month, or you could do people book private sessions where they can come in and rent the place for the night, and it's all filmed. And we take that and we build the show around that, and it's a cool concept. People love it. We have people who travel from all over the world to be at My Haunted Manor, which is really awesome to see. We have a lot of people come from the UK, from different parts of the states, all the way from California and Texas and places like that.
In little small town Columbia.
Yeah, Columbia. And I can't say enough great things about Columbia. They really, when we came in there and they heard that what we were doing, they invited us to be part of the Chamber of Commerce, what they call MAC. And we had to actually have a big meeting with all the people who run the town, the mayor, the chief of police, and they were so excited. They welcomed the project with open arms and been very supportive of what we do there, and they love what we've done with the building, Samuel Miller Mansion, and with the owners, Rowdy and Amy. And it's such an amazing project. It's growing so much. It's all it's already been picked up by a network. I can't really say too much about it. We're just waiting for it to get released, and it's exciting. It really is. It's exciting watching something that you like. On Ghost Hunters was great. Don't be wrong. I love it. I would never change anything I did on Ghost Hunters, but you weren't in control. You had people who were above you. Even though I was co-lead investigator or Grant, there was people way above us.
You still had the network. You still had the producers. You had all of that. Yeah.
You had executive producers who were above you, and you didn't really have the control that people might think you did because of your title. So on this, we own it. It's our baby. We do what we want with it. We shape it and narrate it the way we want to narrate it, and we film it the way we want to film. And it's such a great project for what we do and the way we film. Especially with Jeff and Trey, the way they love the film. It's very in the moment, very raw, real time.
I love raw.
So do I. I learned how to do real raw on Ghost Hunters because on our seasons they relied on us doing a lot of stuff which they call cast phone. So we would have a cast phone that they gave us, and we would be at the airport, wherever they wanted us to film content. And we'd be at a location. If we were just having some downtime, we'd be talking. They love that, and that's kind of how we film My Haunted Manor. There's some funny moments, there's some serious moments, and I tell you, I
can't. A few.
And it's I can't say enough great things about the location.
I don't know. I cuss a lot, so I don't.
What's that?
I'm a little worried if I come, I cuss a lot.
Oh yeah, no, we edit all that. It doesn't really matter either in this day and age. Like you
I
can say
cuss
whatever
more
you
than you
want
do.
pretty much on TV or social media when it comes to
Yeah.
the F-bomb and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
the big thing is, I can't say enough great things about the location. It was such a godsend
Mhm.
because when I took this project on, I remember having the meetings with the guys in the UK, and I was like, "Look, you're going to have to give me some time to figure out a location because
Yeah,
I was
like, how
right in the
did you
middle.
find
Right,
that
I
one?
was right in the
Yeah.
middle of a book tour. This is late September. October, September are the crazy season for the paranormal celebs, because we're doing all kinds of
Mhm.
conventions. And I do a college tour every September and October. So I'm on the road doing that, going to universities, doing lectures and stuff for my agent. And so I'm like, man, let's circle the wagon. We'll come back in like late October, early November. In the process is when I became friends with Jeff and Trey. I did an
Mhm.
event at Fort Delaware, which they did all the filming for Fort Delaware. They just happened to be there. They were with Diamond State, which Diamond State is the team they were on. And I met these guys and I saw their work, and I was like, I couldn't say enough great thing. I was like, wow, I was like, this is just
Mhm.
all falling in line. So I talked to them, had a meeting, and they were all on board for the project. Brought them in, and then the location fell in my lap where there was 5 locations I was looking at throughout pretty much the East Coast. I wanted a place that was close, that I could get to fast, not have to fly to, or not take me 4 or 5 hours to drive to, for all of us. And at Samuel Miller, I happened to do 2 events there. One when I was on Ghost Hunters, and one after I was
Yes.
off Ghost Hunters, because they hired me to come in to do like a meet and greet Q&A and investigation in
Yeah.
2020. And I fell in love with the place. But there were so many people there at the event. Like I didn't get the activity like I thought. Maybe this location, maybe it's good, maybe it's not. But I tell you, if you watch the show, the stuff we've caught on cameras in the year and a half we've been there, it's stuff that I've never seen before.
I
you
get
know,
chills when you say that because
we
there's
we get
so much
constant.
history. I'm so connected to the land in this area. Like,
Yeah,
I know
I
the
mean,
history of
you got
this area. Yeah.
the underground railroad that came right into that building.
Mhm.
The actual archway is still in the
Ugh.
basement.
Yeah.
There's so much. I
I
mean,
have one of
we
those
put,
in my basement, by the way.
yeah, it's crazy.
You guys
And
should come out to my house.
right,
Yeah,
yeah, like but that's all over that town too. It's not just in that building. Like
Mhm.
there's these tunnels that went to the whole town
Tunnels
where
coming from the Susquehanna
yeah,
to
and it's
third
right next to
basement.
yeah, it's literally like a
Uh-huh.
oh, they
half a block from the
say
Susquehanna.
Yeah.
So
they say
yeah, it's
in York City there's little cubby holes, like you have like your main street, just say like Columbia, but York City. You got all your row homes, and then you got your road for the next block, and then row homes. They say there is little cubby holes that will go for like a apartment to apartment,
mhm.
um, part of the underground railroad. A lot of people don't know that they're there.
A lot of people
Um,
Yeah.
don't know that
but I've
this,
talked to people that like did work and
yeah,
stuff, and they said, yeah, there's little cubby holes that'll jump through the whole way through from apartment to apartment. And
Yeah. I
it's
mean,
so much because this was like, I know Columbia is on the other side of the river, but so close to York.
well,
York was the first capital.
they say
yeah,
there's underground tunnels underneath the Susquehanna River that is part of the Underground Railroad. It
Yeah.
goes
yeah,
underneath the
That's what he
Susquehanna
was
River.
talking about. Yeah.
So
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because I mean, the Samuel Miller, if you look at it, it's literally a half a block from the river. It's
yeah,
Mhm.
right there, and like that. So this, the story, is that they would come off the river, they would come into the
Mhm.
tunnel and go into the building, and that's where they would hide them until they got a chance to move to the next location. Um, so
Yeah.
yeah, you got that, and you have all the crazy evidence and stuff. We're actually not just audible. We get audible voices, out loud or EVP, but we get like we've captured full body apparitions in the building on camera.
I know.
Um,
I've seen those full body apparitions in the building. Like, oh my
yeah,
goodness.
yeah, and
I was
this is
watching
stuff.
something recently and I'm like, what?
And the crazy thing is that I mean, this is really how in the last 6 or 7 years I've adopted like the way I investigate, because this is how a true investigation should happen over time. You can't be in a location for one night or even a week and really get the compile the evidence you need. We have cameras there, are running 24 hours a day that are capturing this stuff. And a lot of it's captured when we're not even in the building. You're capturing, doors opening and closing, not just opening, but slamming, shut, apparitions. It's an amazing stuff that has been sent to us since being there too, from people who've captured over the years, pictures and videos and EVPs that have been sent to us by the people who watch the show, who've actually investigated the building before we were ever there. It's wild, and we'll take that evidence and try to either debunk it or try to prove it. And some of you're able to debunk, but there's stuff that you can't.
Yeah.
And then you start delving into it, and then all of a sudden we start capturing that same stuff. And there's one of the cool things too is, like, we did an experiment. So I was out in Jackson, California, which is right outside of Sacramento. Back in September, I did a Paracon out there, and while I was there, I had actually purchased a haunted doll, and I wanted to experiment to see if the atmosphere changed in the building.
In the
right. So now we brought here. Okay, fast forward to October. I'm back at the Manor. We have a group in there from the UK, people who flew over from the UK to investigate the Manor. Trey's there. I'm there. I leave the doll because I have an event at Booby's Brewery, like right down the street in Mount. Was it Mount?
Yeah, we're doing an investigation. We're leading. We're partnering with Jot Nix and doing a lead investigation.
Yeah, so I was with Jot Nix.
Yeah.
Jot Nix brought me in for it was like a Halloween type thing. So I went and did that night. I couldn't be at the Manor with the folks from the UK and Trey. Well, having that doll in the building, everything changed. The whole atmosphere changed. It's all in an upcoming episode that's coming out. I believe it's this next episode. Things were seen, things were captured on camera. We can't explain what it is. We don't know what it is. But it's
and you bought
wild.
This doll in California. Is that where? Do you know her history? The doll's history, or
we got the history. It's all the history's not 100%. We're not 100% on everything. We only know what the lady I bought it from told me, because she actually, that's what she does. She collects haunted dolls. So she, we got it from her. We brought it into the building and just to see if the atmosphere would change. So now it's on display in the building. We have it on display in the servants' quarters so people can visit it and investigate with it because of all the stuff that's happened since we brought it into the building.
Yeah. This is Jason Darden. He's from, formerly was Pimp Paranormal. I don't know if you know them. They were a small Jason and Jason paranormal team. He lives really close to me, like right over there. So we have a river. We're right on the river as well, on the other side. Literally, I could probably swim across the river and get to Samuel Miller. That's where I'm at. That's
right. Okay.
And he has been in my house, and he had a psychic attack in my house with Underground Railroad activity. And he has some tunnels. He has this weird thing in his backyard that where you go down. Sorry, I have a teenager, and she just walked in. So she just it's this metal grate, or I don't know, you iron something and you lift it up, and it's like this thing that goes into the ground. And we've been trying to figure out what that is. And we do think it's some form of tunnel. Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
So, yeah, it's amazing. Like that Underground Railroad activity is big here. And as you know, with traumatic events that happen in an area, just like Gettysburg, Arlington, what's the Antietam, like it houses a lot of paranormal activity.
Right.
So I think you chose a good location for the Manor.
I think I did too. Like I said, it wasn't on me. It was, I have to really, hats off to Rowdy and Amy, the owners, for allowing us to come in there and set up shop and, pretty much, take over everything with the filming. And it's been a pleasure working with those guys and to be a part of it. And I don't even think they knew how active this was, especially Rowdy, because he kind of shuts himself off from that And I think he's a believer now, and he loves the stuff we capture in the building. He's like so excited about everything. So it's really cool to watch these people grow with the building and the location and the money we're able to bring into the location with people visiting, because they could take the money and go back, and they're trying to refurbish the building. And it's going to take a while, but they're trying to do a lot of stuff to the building, and this is actually helping to do that. So, it's a great cause as well.
Yeah, because Amy's the newer-ish owner. When did Amy acquire the place?
2017, I believe. It was about 2017.
Okay.
Yeah, they bought they bought it for a business. Rowdy owns a print shop, which is there. It's part of the building. And he's there Monday through Friday with the people who work for him at the print shop, and the rest of the building is the mansion. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because I remember there was former owners before that, because I've been in the area for a while. And then Amy and I talk a lot, because Amy wants to do a monthly event there, like a spiritual event, and so we've been trying to connect and do something there.
She's got some great ideas. She's starting to do more Reiki type events in the building. Mm-hmm. And she's wanting to do a murder mystery type theater thing there too. So, which is kind of cool. She's kind of getting that off the ground now. She's pitched some stuff at us, so we're looking at that as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. So I didn't end up making it because I was sick. Ernie Atwell and Paranormal Inc. were there. Were you there when they were there the last time? What was that? A couple weekends ago, right? Okay. So he has Sandra the doll, and I didn't know if he brought her there. So I was asking, like, were you there when Ernie was there, and was there a reaction with Sandra?
Yeah, I was not there when Ernie was there. No.
Okay. I was trying to get out to that one, but I was sick. So Debbie's like, the Manor is awesome, but so are the guys. I agree. And I've been trying to get Trey and I'm horrible with names.
Jeff.
Trey and Jeff on the podcast as well. And we were going back and forth with some dates, and then it was the fall, and it's busy season for all of us here in this paranormal world. So I need to get back with them and see if I can get them on.
Yeah, they would definitely love to come on. Jeff's been out for a little bit because his wife just had a baby. So he's been out for a few weeks. But he'll be back on the map in early April. So.
Okay. Well, that's cool. I will reach out to them again. So what is your, I guess, most haunting experience at Samuel Miller? Your most like the one experience is that you cannot get out of your mind.
That I was there personally for, or something we captured.
Well, you were personally or either one, whichever one.
I think the craziest thing
something you can't rebut, like rebuke, like this is what I saw.
Well, it's not something I saw. I mean, the stuff that we capture on camera in the building is crazy. I don't want to say too much about it because it's an upcoming episode.
Okay.
But something that happened to me the first 2 or 3 months we were there filming, which really blew my mind. And at the moment, I really didn't even realize we captured it. So it was just the three of us there filming one night, doing a bunch of B-roll, and we're doing some experiments, and we were doing some solo sessions where one of us would take another one, drop them off somewhere in the building, come back and watch them on camera at our home base while they filmed. So I was taking Trey to the 3rd floor to drop him off so he could do his solo session and we could watch him on the static cams. So we're walking through what we call the X room, and we're walking through the X room, and I just jokingly, he's like, "Hey, where are we going?" He's carrying a camera. He's kind of filming everything. I'm like, "Well, we're going up to the 3rd floor. I'm going to drop you off." And I was like, it was late. We were tired. I was like, all right. Like the Matthew McConaughey thing.
I love it. He doesn't look like it right now, but he looks like Matthew McConaughey. Anyway.
So we go up the stairs, this winding staircase to the 3rd floor, and we're about, I don't know, 3/4 way up, and Trey's like, "Did you just say all right again?" And I'm like, "No, what are you talking about?" So he's like, you sure? I'm like, no, I didn't say it again. Why would I say it a second time? You know, so we get up the stairs, I drop him off, I come back down, and we're like, he gets done his session, we come back down, and we would go back to review the footage because we thought we captured something. And you hear audibly in the building on 3 cameras, not just the camera he's carrying, but a static camera at the top of the stairs and a stationary camera at the bottom of the stairs, something say audibly, not EVP, all right, all right, all right, back.
Oh, wow.
So we're trying to figure this out. We're trying to debunk it. Yeah, did one of us accidentally say it under our breath? But we're capturing on 3 different cameras in 3 different rooms, all at the same time. And yeah, we're like, okay, let's just put it on the back burner. We'll come back to it. So fast forward about a month later, we have a group in there. We like every month we do a what we call a main event where we're there, we're meeting the general public, we're hanging out with them, we're filming, and doing meet and greet Q&A type thing.
Are you going to be there the 22nd?
Yeah, I'll be there. Yeah.
Okay, I will see you then when you're coming. Yes.
Okay, cool, very cool. So, like I said, fast forward 3 or 4 weeks later, we have a group in there. There's probably about 40 people in the building. So we got them broken off into groups. So I'm in the control room with Jeff and Trey, and for some reason, we give walkie-talkies to the groups so we can say, "Hey guys, take your 15-minute." We run like 45 minutes to an hour, and we say, "Hey, go take a break." So for some reason, they weren't hearing it on the walkie-talkie. So I come out of the control room, and I'm getting ready to go down to the staircase, and I'm like, "Hey guys," I kind of yell off into the one room, "Hey guys, go ahead and take your 15-minute break, and we'll regroup downstairs and get you to the next location." And so I go around the corner in the other room. I'm trying to catch up with some other people who are further back in the building. And I hear that whole group of like 10 or 12 people like, "Who the hell was that? What was that?" Like everybody in that group heard something say to them, "All right, all right, all right," out loud after they said something. Like I didn't personally hear it because I was in another room, and then
so it's almost like it picked up on it, and it's like it's like a parrot that's going to mimic. Yeah,
it was mimicking me, which was crazy. I'm like, wow, this is insane. And it did it like several times over like a 2 or 3 month period. Hasn't really done it since that I know of. But you'll get audible.
So what happens when Gary walks in there on the 22nd?
Right. I hope it does. Let's do it. I'm all for it. But it's like the audible voices. It's not just EVPs. EVPs are cool and everything, but when you hear something audibly, and the stuff we capture on
disembodied voices,
yeah. Stacy and I got that at the orphanage in Gettysburg, and
right.
No, that was an EVP. That wasn't a disembodied voice.
Yeah, disembodied is like we're talking right now, and
like you could hear it.
Yeah.
Like a little while ago, I kept hearing something. I don't know if you had something going on behind you. I'm going to go back and look at this tape. And look at it, but it was like when we first started, like I kept hearing, like him and I were playing with our earphones.
Wait. Okay, well, I might be able to debunk that for you. All of a sudden, I'm in my office, which is the bottom of my house. Okay. And above me is the living room. It might have been my son who decided to want the vacuum while I'm on a podcast.
Okay, that could be it. And that's a debunk. So, but I kept hearing it, and I'm like, but. In essence, that's a disembodied voice. Yeah. It's not when you catch on the EVP. Yeah. It's when you hear something, like when you hear a whisper.
Something answering you that's not there in real time. Like you have to go back and listen to it. It's like I'm talking to you right now, and I say something, and somebody says, "Oh, hey, how you doing?"
Debbie says she heard it too, and I was like, I wasn't going to say anything. I'm like, we're going to go back and look at this and kind of
apologies,
investigate it. No. I was going to investigate it. I would have, but like that's because I don't automatically be like, oh, that's a ghost,
right?
But no, like we're investigators. Like we're going to go back and I try to debunk more. Before anything, like
you need.
He's better at debunking than I am.
Yeah. I'm always a skeptic. I'm always that guy who's, and that's one good thing about Jeff and Trey. They're even more skeptical than I am, and I thought I was bad. I mean, they'll tear something apart, and like they won't use it if there's any shadow of a doubt. If it's a 0.1% shadow of a doubt, they will not use it, which I love about them. Yeah,
that's good. We just recently filmed with Haunted Discoveries. Why? Mufasa. No, it's not Mufasa.
Mustafa.
And Brandon,
They're
we
cool.
were
I
at
like
Waverly
them.
Hills. We did a one of their episodes that they
Yeah.
had, and they're very similar to that too. Like it was so scientific,
I like
you
those
know,
guys.
where you really, I like what they're doing. I don't know if I know you guys were on the show together
Yeah.
for a while, and I
Well,
don't know
no,
if
for
you
the
follow
longest time you
what
couldn't
they're
watch
doing.
it in the States because it was on Canadian TV. So I need to
Yeah,
catch up with it. No, I'm still friends with these guys. Yeah, no, I haven't really watched any of the stuff they put out yet. Because like I said, I think you can watch it on
you
Haunt
couldn't watch
TV
it
now
then.
here in the States.
You
But it was
can on
Yeah.
on,
Haunt TV.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
but
but like for
only
the
the
longest
older
time,
episodes.
yeah,
Yeah.
but for the longest time it was just you can only view it in Canada. So I haven't had a chance to catch up with
And
it.
I don't know how that works. Like the whole production part and putting shows out and what channel it goes on, and I guess that's who signed them. I guess that's how that works. And like
Yeah,
they got
well, the thing happened with COVID. COVID killed a lot of industry when it came to American
Mm-hmm.
television,
Mhm,
and a lot of stuff went to streaming services. Like a
mhm.
lot of the big networks, that's what they're
Yeah.
doing now. It's all like you got Paranormal Plus, you got Max, they're all kind of like on that Netflix,
Well, then you got Paraflix and Beacon
right?
TV and Haunt TV, and yeah.
Right, but everything's like on that streaming service platform now. And so you have these, different companies and different, that are set up in different countries and stuff that'll pick your stuff up. Like, like just in the last year or two, like I'm getting, people from over in Israel hit me up because Ghost Hunters is starting
Mhm.
to air there. But it's, I haven't been on Ghost Hunters in almost
I
5
know.
years. So it's like
Yeah,
these all these
my
different
podcast,
yeah.
it's like number 15 in some like small country over in the UK, and
Right. Yeah. It's
I
just
get I was like,
it's the
whoa.
niche. Yeah. It's weird to see because you don't even think about it, and then like all of a sudden like your stuff is just airing in the and say
Mhm.
in Italy or France and stuff like that, in
Yeah, because we're on
Germany.
Apple, so
Yeah.
yeah, like
Yeah. Indonesia. It's weird. Just but it gets sold. These companies sell
yeah,
it and they sell it. They sell it. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I'm newer to the podcast world. And it gave me hope, what you said, like slow start. I'm about a year in. It's been about a
Okay.
year. We've gone through some transitions. I'm starting to really hone in on my niche. And but you gave me hope when you said like that's kind of like how you got your start and you got out there,
Yeah, and that was by accident. I mean, because like what happened was I was investigating for 7, 8 years, like hitting the road, and like I always tell everybody, in this field when you're not on a
spending a
TV
lot of
show,
money.
right? So you're spending your mortgage payment to go investigate halfway across the country.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You don't want to see my credit card bills.
Right. So I was talking to the guys I was on the team with at the time, my team I had. And we were far apart. It was really weird how we all met. Like I'm here in Delaware. They live in Cleveland, and we would kind of always meet up in different parts of the country, especially mostly the East Coast. And it got to the point where like, hey man, we got to pull back a little bit. We're investigating once a month, every 2 weeks. It's getting expensive. So I was like,
Yeah.
this is like this is 10 years ago, 11 years ago, 12 years, whatever it was.
Yeah.
I was like, man,
It's even more expensive now.
right. And I was like, let's figure out something different.
That's what I did with Stacy. I'm like,
right. I wanted to stay in the game and keep moving, but I didn't want to investigate so much where we're on the road so much. So I got into podcasting. We all did. And it really, there was a lot that happened in that first 6 months to a year, the forming of it. People came, people went on the show. And you finally found your people, about a year and a half into it, you found who you're going to move forward with. And it grew from there. It really, like I started out on YouTube. And then I actually got picked up by a radio station in Vegas. So it went from video to just, radio. I hated it. I hated the radio side of it. I did that for 7 months. I had a contract with them and I walked away from it after 7 months. I was like, I can't do this. This is not my thing. And they were very like, okay, man, we get it. It's not for everybody. So I wanted to get back into the video side of it. Like, where you're actually seeing who you're talking to.
I like the interaction.
Yeah,
Yes.
the interaction. You can feed off of them. and it got I took it to just Facebook, Facebook Live and Instagram Live, and then I got picked up by Paranormal Warehouse, who was the big show in town when it came to podcasting, with close to 1 million followers and everything, and that's where I blew up. I went from getting maybe 1,000 views a week to getting like 16,000 views a night. So it just blew
nice.
up. Yeah,
that's nice. We're about 1,000. We get anywhere from 300 to 1,000 a week, depending on that, because I broadcast on Facebook.
It all depends on who you have
multiple
on.
channels, but it all depends on who I have on. It depends on the night. Like tonight's not my normal night, so I don't expect big numbers tonight. So it is like it is. It's a learning curve, and I've done the same thing.
The strongest nights in podcasting are usually Mondays and Tuesdays. That's your strong night. That's when you're gonna get the most views, because people don't have anything to do. There's nothing on TV, and they that's when they jump on. They're starting to scroll through social media and shit.
Yeah.
Friday nights are terrible. Friday, Saturdays, forget it.
No.
Everyone's out doing stuff. Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays aren't bad either. But when you look at the numbers, because we had a spreadsheet that came out every week, and you look at the numbers, especially when I was on radio, and you see where you want to be. That's how it was with Ghost Hunters too. That's why we were always on Wednesday nights, prime time. Because prime time is Wednesday night. Yeah.
Well, we originally were Tuesday nights, but he works mornings, and it was like,
oh, I get it.
Well, he's going to be my co-host. Like Thursday, he doesn't work Fridays, so that's why we went to Thursdays. But I have noticed that I'm not getting the views I did when I was on Tuesday night. So we're going to.
Yeah, you got to evolve.
We're going to adjust where we need to adjust.
Yeah, you're gonna mess with it. You're gonna go to this night to that night. I did the same thing until I finally found, I educated myself and saw what everyone else was doing, and I just had like a really laid back show. It was not like we just shot the shit. Yeah, we just shot the shit. That's
who we are. We're very laid back.
Yeah. I had everybody from, paranormal celebrities on there to tarot card readers to psychics, you name it, I even had flat earth people in there. I had horror people in there. I had all kinds of
flat earth.
I don't believe the earth is flat.
Oh, I'm not. Yeah, no, I'm not a flat earth guy too. But it was interesting.
No, he doesn't. He went through a phase.
I would come home from work and I would watch like YouTube. So
there was a time where he was
there, and like they say, there's no forest or trees on Earth, and you look at these big plateaus, and there's a couple of them which they have evidence of petrified wood below it, and I don't know what state they're in, but they're huge. And it's like, well, maybe that was a tree that was 400, I don't know, X amount of feet tall.
Flat Earth.
You know what I mean? Because it's a plateau, there's petrified wood there. Like, I could send it. I'll have to find it and get it.
But what is
it's like
Earth?
No, I don't think the Earth is flat. There's evidence.
Yeah,
but there's like evidence, like in some Samaritan, like way back, like there's land,
and then there's
that
science.
were on maps that don't exist anymore. And it's like no, it's not flat, but maybe there's more to it than what we were perceived. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, I mean,
I don't know.
You said your dad's on that, and he got on.
Right. All you need to do to prove it wrong is just get in a plane and fly at 36,000 feet. You can see an arc when you look out your window.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's.
Or now you have the drones. You go up to the drones, and you can go up to the drones, and like the drones itself, you can see the arc if the ones that can go high enough.
So, no, but I believe there's something like about Earth and something that
he believes.
Maybe we're not being told. You know what I mean?
Anything.
Like look at.
There's always something in conspiracy.
No, it's like I think Antarctica, the big hole. And the pilot and that was on TV. Like the pilot went over and wasn't supposed to, and they caught hell, and like it was like a hole in the earth. You know what I mean? And the ice there, huge, like huge. And it's
I mean,
and what about Bird? Bird, the Navy, admiral pilot. Like it's like
Well,
Wait a minute, man. Maybe there's some more shit that we don't know about, you know?
well, there's a lot going on, and at the Arctic Circle that we don't know about. My
Yeah.
stepsister, is a lieutenant in the Air Force. She just retired, and she was stationed there. So I was told some stuff that, yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, stuff you
Yeah,
ain't gonna repeat
yeah.
again.
Oh, I'm
But
sure.
There's
Well, they
stuff.
found those
There's
worms that live in the
Yeah, I
ice.
don't know
They're
about all
still
that, but
alive.
I know there's things up there. There are underground facilities up there that even the military's not allowed into. Where she was stationed. She was up there for almost a year. She was a medic, and she was attached to a Green Beret task force that were. But she wasn't just there. She was in Uzbekistan, Afghanistan, Iraq,
Mhm.
with the same special forces. That's what they were attached. The Air Force was attached to this group, the medics. And she was up there for almost a year, where she told me some stuff about like underground laboratories, which they guarded, but they weren't allowed in. Like the scientists would come out,
Yeah.
you weren't allowed to talk to them, or even you couldn't even ask them a question, and they would go back in, and that's where they stayed for months at a time. So yeah, there's stuff
Oh,
going on up
wow.
there. That
Oh yeah, they say there's underground stuff in there.
There's stuff
Oh
that
yeah,
going on that we don't know about. Like
that's what
that,
I mean.
like regardless. Like I'm sure Bigfoot has something to do with it. I'm gonna call out my friends at Got Knockers. Like, go check them out, Daryl. Go look up Got Knockers. They have a podcast,
Okay.
but they make hot sauces, and they do it's all the cryptid and Bigfoot. They do a Bigfoot event here in Pennsylvania, in Ellisburg, which is about an hour from Columbia.
Okay.
So I had to call them out tonight. Like I was talking to them last night, so I had to wear their shirt tonight.
Very
But
cool.
Bigfoot's another one. Like that's one of those things that, like, do we really know the whole truth? Like,
Right.
what are your thoughts? I have to go there because cryptid is one of our niches. So what is your thoughts on Bigfoot?
I believe there could be a cryptic type ape out there, or of some sort. I mean, you got to look back in time, like just 120 years ago, about 127 years ago, we just discovered mountain gorillas. They were myth.
The platypus was actually a cryptic creature at one point too.
Right. So could there be some North American ape that we don't know about? Absolutely. I mean, we've not been everywhere. So yeah, I do believe it's not my niche, but I do believe there. I mean, people have asked me that a lot, and I was like, yeah, of course. Why couldn't there be? Just like when people say, "Are you believe in UFOs?" That's probably one of the most asinine questions. If you actually think we're the most intelligent thing in the universe, I mean, this is the bad neighborhood to them.
Look up in the sky. Like
we're like intellectuals compared to some of them.
Yeah.
Right.
And if your sister,
they've been around for millions of years. We're very new to them, and they probably just come here to watch us. Like we're like a zoo. We're experiment to them. Yeah, there's definitely
look at the little people.
Yeah, there's definitely
I like that.
Life on other planets. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, have you ever been to ISS, where they kind of have all three? They have Bigfoot sightings. This is in Indiana. ISS is an Indiana State Sanatorium, I believe. They have Bigfoot sightings, alien sightings, and spirits and ghosts. So
okay,
it's kind of like a 3-in-1 package. We did there. You should go out there sometime.
Yeah, we did a place like that in New Mexico, Fort Stanton.
Okay,
had everything. It was
you did.
Yes. Yeah, it's Apache reservation. Yeah, and they had everything there. Yeah, dogmen, all that stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dogmen. Well, cryptids are cryptids. Like that's it's a world I'm getting into and researching.
It's definitely interesting.
I have theories, but I have no evidence.
Right.
Although we have done a lot of Bigfoot investigations and gone out and I have had rocks thrown at me. I've had some weird things happen to me in the woods.
Right.
Is it paranormal? Is it Bigfoot? I don't know. Like
I think the Sasquatch, Bigfoot, whatever you want to call it.
Sasquatch, it might be an alien.
I think that's one of the hardest things to catch. Like I've seen more stuff in the sky, and we've witnessed it than like trying to find the hairy man in the woods. Like that's a tough one.
And there's Jen Jacobs.
That is a tough one.
She is in that area. She's done ISS. I've never been, but she's hoping she's going this summer. Hopefully she will see one.
Oh, very
so somebody's phone is ringing. That is not mine.
Well, yeah.
So on that note, our time is almost up. I want to ask you one last question about ghost hunters. What was your best experience on the show? Like your best, the place you love the most to investigate? Like what was that?
I think the place I love to, I mean, there's a lot. Don't get me wrong. There's a special spot in my heart for all of them. Top three would be probably Haines, Alaska, Clifton, Arizona.
Alaska.
Yeah, Clifton, Arizona, and probably Fort Stanton in New Mexico were my all-time favorites. And Galena, Illinois would probably be a close fourth. Yeah, they were the most compelling evidence we captured. And Haines, Alaska is where I probably captured my best evidence ever on my body cam. I actually captured a full body apparition twice in like a 2-minute period. And Clifton, Arizona is just beautiful, amazing location. We had a lot of crazy stuff happen there, not just paranormal, but with some of the locals, where that's the episode where we actually got the tire shot out of our SUV.
Wasn't that the where you were dealing with some of the Native American tribes there, like with?
Well, they believed we were told they were black witches.
Yeah. Okay, black witches. Okay.
Yeah, that's what we were told.
So maybe offshoots of some of the indigenous.
Yeah, they've been there forever, since the 1800s, and they that's it. People don't gotta understand Clifton, Arizona. Clifton, Arizona is okay. You fly into Tucson, you drive 2.5, 3 hours to this little town. After that little town, you got to still drive another hour and 20 minutes through the desert to get to Clifton, which we drove every day. Our hotel was in this town. I can't remember the name of that town. It was probably about the size of Columbia. And then you drove an hour, 20 minutes each way through the desert, nothing on either side of you.
That's where the aliens come get you.
Right, for an hour and 20 minutes to get to Clifton, which is a
Flat
town.
land, hour, 20 minutes, 90 miles an hour. That's a long way.
The only thing there was a copper mine. It's actually the world's largest copper mine to this day in Clifton, Arizona.
Okay, yes, I do know. Yes,
yeah,
I've watched some things on that.
Bloody. It was documented the most bloodiest town that was never heard of, and the only reason it didn't get the notoriety at the time was because about 2.5, 3 hours away was Tombstone that was getting the notoriety of the Earps and Doc Holliday and all them. But there was more bloodshed in Clifton than anywhere else in the West. Yeah, at any given time. Yeah. Very crazy location. Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds like a lot of it seems to be out west. A lot of your things.
Yeah, we had a lot of really cool times out west. I tell you, I was so used to the East Coast because this is where I'm from and the investigation here. And it is older here on the East Coast when it comes to settlements, with the European settlements, and out there it kind of caught on later on. But out there it's
but the settlements are older, but
it's a whole different
vibe indigenous out there.
Yeah, I love the West. I love Arizona, New Mexico. I love Texas. West Texas, South, all Texas. I mean, even though they kind of consider it the South, it's the West to me. I love that whole.
I believe it.
Utah, Colorado. It's amazing. Yeah, Colorado was another great place.
I'd like to go to Colorado.
The furthest west I've ever been is Kentucky.
Okay, well, you're getting there.
You need to get out there.
I keep telling Stacy I want to move to like Montana, Colorado, hit the lottery.
There's not a beach.
Be a millionaire. You have a place there in the mountains. You have your summer place.
3 hours.
Beach,
I need to be within 3 hours of the beach.
Back and forth every 6 months.
3 hours.
There you go.
Within 3 hours of a beach. Has to be within a beach.
We got to hit the lottery.
Yes. Have places everywhere.
I'll do if she has a hot
so
spot.
Jen's saying Gary would love to investigate Dogman with you. I don't know if you're talking about asking Daryl or Gary or all of us to come investigate Dogman with you, but
I don't know where she's at.
I never had it.
Yeah, she's out. Indiana.
We kind of
Oh,
like
that's too
did a
far.
little
Sorry,
something
Jen.
on Ghost Hunters with that in New Mexico. Yeah, but I never really had like a whole full-on investigation. They really didn't want us to touch on that on the show. It was more of the ghost type stuff.
Because it's so cryptid, and that's a whole nother
Yeah,
world. Like when you start
it is.
looking
It
into
is.
that stuff,
It is.
yeah,
Even
it
though it's
really
all
is
lumped
like
together to
a whole
me.
nother world.
Yeah.
It is. It's all paranormal.
Right.
Like it really is. Like if you go out in the woods, you don't know if I went out with Steve Dills, and we'd actually did an episode on his channel, Eerie Encounters. Do you know who Steve Dills is? From
I believe so. Yeah.
They're on Paraflix Ghost Finders.
Yeah.
But he
Okay.
runs the Hanover Tavern
That's
Paracon.
with Dan Class.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. So we went out with him and did a little Bigfoot during the bash. The 1 year with the tornado. During the bash, during that tornado, we were out in the woods, like about 45 minutes from the bash, looking for Bigfoot. And that night we got multiple different things. Like we felt Bigfoot energy. I do a lot of elemental work. I'm a shaman, and I work with I work with elementals. Yes, it might sound weird to you, but it's fairies and gnomes and dryads to me because I'm a druid. But it's elementals.
Right.
And then so we picked up on that, but we also picked up on some Civil War stuff. So we had like multiple things. And when you go out and investigate these things, you're going to get multiple things. Like you're going to get not just get human spirits. There's all different kinds. So Gary, been trying to get her to move to Wyoming. Also, Gary, sorry, Jen, Indiana too far. Okay, I don't know what that was. She'll be in PA in May, so we'll see you then, Jen.
You told me she lived in Indiana. Yeah. Oh, that's too far.
Anyway, so I really appreciate you coming on tonight. I could probably sit for another hour and talk to you again. Maybe in a couple months from now we'll have you back on. I'm going to reach out to
Jeff and
Jeff. Why do I keep forgetting Jeff's name? There's a reason
I have
for that.
a question before you go.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, you were talking about the mansion. Other than the mansion, is there something that really crawls in your skin, whether it was visual, vocal, whatever, that outbeats the mansion? It really gives you the ghoulies. Like
one experience.
One that really, it could be vocal, it could be visual, like anything that really I
think it's probably the one that the investigation that stands out to most to me ever in the 20 years I've been doing this is the book I wrote of the House of Wills. The horrors.
I'm gonna have to read that book. Yes.
Yeah, that's the one where that actually almost made me quit investigating. Where that was the first time in 9 or 10 years of me doing it at the time where I actually ran into something that I couldn't explain. That was very dark. And
I'm in the process.
There's a human there's a human aspect to it too. When you read the book, stuff that was being done in the building, rituals that caused a lot of this that I didn't know of at the time. And that's the one that really always stuck with me to this day. And that's that's why I was asked to write the book, and I wrote the book, and I kind of put it behind me. But it's the one that it's the go-to that I get a lot from people. Yeah.
So the book is called The Haunted House of Wills?
No, The Horrors of the House of Wills.
The Horrors of the House of Wills.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The Horrors of the House of Wills.
Okay. And where can people buy that book if they want to read it?
You can buy it in bookstores anywhere. It's in Barnes and Noble, Amazon. You can pretty much get it anywhere.
Okay. Yeah, that's. I want to read the book.
I had an experience happen one time at a certain place, and it was weird.
That's the place we're kind of going through.
When I went back to that house, and I'm like, this is where I was standing.
Where we've run into a dark entity for the first time.
Like,
it
was really
it happens.
Weird.
Like, it happens, but we're dealing with it. I actually just talked to someone today from the Warren Foundation. Like, it's taken care of. It's nothing that's
not that bad. I kind of refuse to go back, but I will only go back with a certain person with me.
Yes.
And it was like, and that's not me. Like Stacy would tell you, hey, go in there and crawl. Like, I'm that
But it's
guy.
a lesson learned. Like,
But yeah, it was
Yeah.
like
obviously, like you guys, you always want to invoke spirits a little bit. You want to entice them. You don't want
Yeah, but we
to
weren't doing
tease.
that.
No, I'm not. I'm talking
Oh,
in general. You don't want to
okay.
tease and bully,
Yeah.
but you do want to entice a little bit. But you always want to be respectful. And I think that's
Absolutely.
something that,
I mean, you just want to be
as
respectful.
investigators, you guys need to be aware of.
Period in life. Treat them like you would treat anybody else. And just go in there, and just be you. Don't. Yeah, it's a weird concept, but it's just got to be yourself when you're investigating, and you can't, just don't go in there being a jerk, because you're not going to get the response you want. So
Yeah, we never do that.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It is. You have to just be yourself. Except if yourself is a jerk, then don't be yourself. Be nice.
Right. You might not want to be investigating if you're a jerk. Yeah. I've met a lot of them, believe me. Yeah.
I had to go there, but we all have a reason for being that way. So it is what it is. And just, be respectful when you go to locations. I've always watched you guys, anything I've watched you on, you are always very respectful.
Thank you.
And I appreciate that. We need more like, you guys are one of the leaders, like you and the other teams at Ghost Hunters were kind of like one of the leaders of what we do now. I know you were in the later series, but it like you paved the way for us, and we need to get back to that.
Yeah, I like to think we try to do it right. You learn, you adapt over time, and you learn where you make mistakes with investigating, just like doing anything in life. We're only human.
Learn by your mistakes,
right? And you try you try to reconcile. You try to revisit it and fix it, and look back, and you adopt things that you some of the stuff that you did, and some of this newer stuff that you put together, and it's like it's constantly changing for me. But I think I'm to the point now where I'm right where I want to be when it comes to being an investigator. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel, which you'll see a lot of people trying to do these days, which is fine. You got to do your thing, but I know it works for me, and the way and it's usually just going in and being yourself and observing. I'm an observer. I kind of sit back and watch and wait.
Yeah.
And I'm very patient when it comes to stuff like that. I know it'll happen eventually. This is going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. And if it's not meant to happen, I'm sure there's been places that you've sat in all night long and have nothing.
We all have. Yep.
Yes. Like, oh, yeah. Like we went to Crescent Sanatorium over the summer, winter, or it's fall. It was in the fall. And it was not active. It was just one of the nights.
Which you could go back here a week later, and it might be, it's just, that's the nature of the game.
Exactly. Yeah. There was a team that went back there, like literally that next weekend, and got all this evidence. It was just, just the nature of the, it's the business. It's the business. So, so where can people find you? Obviously, I was looking up earlier. You have a link tree that has a lot of things on it.
Yeah,
I don't even know you still have that.
Update that. Yeah,
because some of the links don't work.
Yeah, no, I need to really get in there and update. I'm terrible with social media. Best place to find me is just go look for Daryl Ghost Hunter on Instagram. Everything kind of branches off of my Instagram. As far as My Haunted Manor USA, you could find that pretty much. We have some episodes that are up on YouTube, some of our older stuff right now that you can go watch. Some of the newer stuff is not out yet, and the stuff that's going to be on network is not out yet. But yeah, go check it out. My Haunted Project, and guys, let us know what you think. Come visit us. We're open. Yep, our doors are open.
Yes, please, everybody. Samuel Miller Mansion. My Haunted Manor. If you Google that, it's going to come up. Put it in any of your social medias, My Haunted Manor. It's going to come up. You're going to find the information once a month. May 22nd. I think it's close to selling out because Ron and Lourdes is going to be there.
Is it April or wait a minute? Is it this month?
March.
Yeah, March 22nd. Yeah, I was going to say March 22nd. Yeah. It's getting close. Yeah, we always try to reserve some. When it does sell out, we try to open some tickets up for people. We're not sticklers on that. The only thing that really will sell out would be VIP. because there's two tier ticket. VIP we try to keep below 15 just for the ambiance of it, and you know, that way when it branches off the VIP, the people can do what they want, and they don't have to worry about a huge group in there. Yeah. And we also have we have a new location opening up too. Keep an eye out for that here in the States. So that's coming very soon. Yeah,
that's I thought you had two. For some reason, I thought you had two locations.
Well, we have two in the UK.
Is that what it is? It's a UK. And Damien has a question here, and he's actually in the UK.
Who's that?
He is a UK guy. Damien Smith, the comment I have up. He's like, he is from, I'm not sure exactly what team he's over there. I've had him on the show. He has the Ouija boards on his arm. He has the entire Ouija board, like right here on his arm.
I'm sorry. Would you consider any personal information that comes out of the equipment about yourself an attack on you, or do you try to find out how they know? When it comes to equipment, Damien, I'm not an equipment guy. I don't rely on it. Do you ever watch anything I do, like at any of my events? Like I travel around the country. The only thing you're going to see me wearing is maybe a body cam and a recorder, and I might have an EDI with me. I don't take anything personal on the paranormal side of things. Believe me, if I did, you have to have thick skin to be in this business.
Me too, because they are going to attack you sometimes. They're going to try to taunt.
I'm an observer. I'll sit back. I'll let our people run. Like I'll tell them what to do and let them run the investigation. I'll watch. I might ask a question here and there, but to see if I get any kind of result out of it. Have any information that talks or communicates with the American location. Pendle Hill is so new right now, Damien. We're not 100% sure what's going on. I have not been to Pendle Hill myself yet. I did my haunted hotel in Chester, which was an insane location. I can't say enough great things about over there in Chester, UK, with that location. But I've not done Pendle Hill yet, and there's nothing really kind of connecting the two with my haunted manor and that. So not to our knowledge yet. It's so new. They just opened the doors on that about a month ago, and they're still they're in the middle of filming there now. So it's something we're kind of like looking at. Thanks for that. That's a great question.
Yeah, Damien's in Scotland. He's been on the show. He's actually doing, I think this comment's for me. He's been having some issues with his equipment and stuff going on. So he actually said he wasn't sure if he was going to do my podcast. New equipment should be working by Saturday, but he's thanking you.
Thank you.
So Damien, let me know if I still have you in my books. I haven't replaced you. So if you are still available, I'll message you later. So, but yeah, Damien is pretty amazing. Like if you go back and watch, I forget how long it was during October of last year. I had him on.
He's pretty cool.
He's got the Ouija board like tattooed on his arm, and he can, or it's like here. I think it's here. He picks up like the movement when he's at locations, like like almost like he'll feel like tingles or whatever it is on his arms. Pretty unique character. Really, really intelligent guy. Like
cool.
Really cool. Damien, as soon as you able to get your passport, you got to get over here to Samuel Miller. I have a hard time saying that name today.
My Haunted Manor USA. Just look up that.
That's easier. My Haunted Manor.
Yeah, if you, even if you try to put the address in, it comes up My Haunted Manor USA. Yeah.
And I did tag it in the comments. So My Haunted Manor USA. So go over there, check out the comment. You can find everything there. Yeah. Obviously, if you just Google Daryl Marston, you're going to find him. And I'm sure there'll be links in there as well. So
keep an eye out for our new location. We'll be talking more about that real soon.
I'm excited about that. I'm excited about to hear about the network and stuff like that, and see what's going on with that. Yeah. I'm excited for you. That's why I said I didn't really want to talk about ghost hunters. I wanted to talk about this. Obviously, my heart is a little bit in this area because Columbia is part of my heart. So that's what I wanted to talk about tonight was, the My Haunted Manor and the stuff you're doing over there in our small little town.
I do. Because I don't want to just be known for ghost hunters, but I understand it, believe me, because it was such a phenom of the show, and I'm very patient with people. I'm like, there's certain things I've done, I did a show called
Yeah,
Epic Haunts too. People don't even know about after Ghost Hunters. So it's just like, hey, it is. It is what it is.
exactly. People like
Um,
you get pinged. You get pinged for one thing, and
yeah,
that's all they know you for.
yeah. It's
So,
great. I would never change it for the world. I've been very blessed and very fortunate,
mhm,
very fortunate, and yeah, I would not change that for the world. It was a great time. Met a lot of great people. Made a lot of good contacts, and it put me where I'm at. Yeah.
mhm.
So.
It's all part of your journey, and
Yeah.
now this
Yep.
is your new journey. So
This
I'm
is my new
excited to
one.
see where this goes.
Thank you.
Yes. So
Appreciate
if
it.
you guys are in the area, March 22nd, go on My Haunted Matter USA. Join us because Gary and I will be there.
Yeah.
Ron and Lourdes
Please.
is going to be there with their Satacom, I believe, or
Yeah.
not Satacom. It's
Datacom.
not called that anymore.
Well, they call it.
Or
They call it
Satacom,
the
digital seance,
digital
right? Or
seance. Yeah. Yeah. They changed the
T
name up on me.
C
I just
T
I just I
something.
just started remember Staticom and they changed the name on me.
Seriously, and they're such wonderful people, though. I love them to
I
death.
love them.
I
I love
I
those
had them
guys.
scheduled for the podcast, and we all got the flu. All three of us
Yeah.
had the flu, so we had to reschedule.
I was there about a month ago
Um,
myself. Yeah.
yeah, like it seemed like I think
Yeah.
everybody
Everybody
got
just
it. Um,
Yeah. Going around.
is this the first time, like Damien's asked, how do you find Satacom connected to the Manor? Is this the first
Very
time they've
good.
been to
It's
the
in some
Manor?
of our episodes in season one. Because we
Okay.
had them out there last year twice when we first started filming. And Staticom reacted very well to the Manor. Matter of fact, they said Ron was and Lourdes were both saying it's probably the most compelling evidence they ever captured on Staticom was at the Manor in the basement.
That place is intense.
It is. It's intense. People don't
Very
realize
intense.
it how
I've only
intense
been
it
there
is.
once, like way, way years ago.
Yeah,
So, but only
it's
just
changed
not to
too.
investigate.
It's gotten
Yeah,
crazy. It's one of those places just it never lets you down, and it's always something different, which I love about it.
I love it. I love it. I'm excited.
Mhm.
I can't wait to come and do more stuff there because you're 20 minutes from me. Why not?
Yeah, right.
So, all
All right.
right.
Well, I'll
Well,
catch you guys on another week or so. So,
yes, yes.
yep.
I'll see you in like what 11 days. So,
Yeah. Yep.
thank you again for coming on. I
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, you're
appreciate it.
welcome.
Thank you very
Enjoy
much.
your evening.
Thanks for
Try
having
to
me.
get outside this week. It's going to be beautiful.
Yep.
I'm sure you're close to the beach. You're closer than I am because you're in Delaware.
Yeah. I'm not,
So,
I'm about 4 miles from the beach closest to me. Yeah.
Hmm, nice. 4 miles. You could ride a bicycle there.
can we go to the beach this weekend? It's Ocean City,
Wouldn't it?
Maryland, St. Patrick's Day weekend. Okay, we're gonna talk about that later. All right. Thank you,
See
Daryl.
ya. Thank
We'll
you.
see you in a couple weeks. It's been
All right. I'll talk to
wonderful.
you later.
Enjoy your evening. And
Thanks
thank
for
you all that
having
have
me,
been in
guys.
the comments. Oh, absolutely. We're going to have you back. And everybody that's been in here commenting, everybody that's viewing, I could not do this without you. This is you. You guys have brought the audience. You have brought the people here. Thank you guys so much for doing all that you do and sharing and liking and commenting. Keep it up. Please go check out Daryl's My Haunted Manor USA and check out the rusticspirit.com for more. And again, please don't pour from an empty cup. Please fill your cup first. I said that backwards. You can't pour from an empty cup. Fill your cup first. And have a wonderful night.